Hey, it's Dr. Carl Kopp, and I'm going to talk to you today about how to create a chatbot using ChatGPT. Let's get started. Okay, so to create your chatbot, the first thing you have to do is go to ChatGPT, which here we are. Click on the ChatGPT so you can see the menu. So you might have to go like this and just click here. Shows you the whole left-hand side menu. We're going to go down here to where it says More. We'll click on More. We're going to go to GPTs. And once we go to GPTs, it's going to take us to GPTs. We're going to go ahead and click on Create. And now you have two options to create via dialogue, or you can create via configure. We're going to create via configure. And the first thing you could do is add an image. And I already have an image uploaded of a facilitator. I'm going to create a facilitator bot. So I'm going to click on that image that I already have. And there's our friendly facilitator bot. And I'm going to name this facilitator bot. Once you name it, then you can give it a description. I'm going to give this a description of a bot that facilitates breakout rooms in Dr. Kopp's class. And there you have it. Now, the next thing we want to do is give it a description. That happens under the instructions. Now, you can type here, but notice it's not a whole lot of space. But if you click on the little double arrow, now you have a nice big space to type in your message, or basically your instructions to your bot. So I'm telling my bot that it's a breakout room facilitation chatbot. It guides small groups of learners through structured activities, and the tone is friendly and professional. So I'm going to go ahead and some more things. You can see it gives it its job and has a list of questions that I wanted to ask as well. So I can go ahead and click close. And now I've closed the instructions. Next, I have conversation starters. These are starters for when a person first goes to the chatbot, they may or may not know what to ask. And so this gets them started. Let's create a couple. So one question I'm going to ask is, here's a game we played, because this is facilitating a game. So I use it for a class where students play a game, and then I facilitate the game. You know, what were the good parts of the game, bad parts of the game. So one is, here's the game we played. Can you facilitate a reflection discussion? Another one might be, how will you facilitate the discussion? And another one might be, will you ask us questions to facilitate deep thinking? I have my bot pretty much ready to go. I have the name, the description, the instructions, and we can look at the instructions here and see that we've got some questions and everything good to go. We just closed that. Now we have the conversation starters, and we can upload files. So if I wanted to, I could click here. I could find a file that has to do with maybe the game. So here's one on gamification. I click open and it uploads that file. So it will look there for the information. Very helpful if I have lots of information I want to have accessible to my chatbot. Now, keep in mind, it's still going to go out into the underlying large language model of ChatGPT, and it's going to pick, in this case, now I'm going to let it pick any model that I want, but you can choose the model that you'd like. We're just going to pick no recommended model. It's still going to go out to that model to help facilitate the description of the response. But also notice then I want it to go to the web. So go to web, go to Canvas, generate images. That's fine. I'm not going to use code interpreter. We don't have any code here. Then actions are if we wanted to do APIs, which we're going to talk about that later in the course. So we're not going to do APIs right now. But now we've got our chatbot. And so I can ask it a question. Played the game, Flux, and let's see what it does in terms of playing that game. So now it says, hey, that's great. Sounds like a great game that you played. Question number 2. So it's just jumping right in. What was the goal of the game and was it fun? So now it's going to go through that facilitation process. Notice it asked me the experience and please include a name for my response. Now I'm going to go ahead then and click create because this isn't created yet. It's just, notice here, it's a draft. So we're going to go ahead and create the real thing. So I click on create and now it asks me some questions. Who can I share this with? Only me, anyone with the link, or GPT store? We're going to choose anyone with the link because I'm going to let you play with this chatbot a little bit later on. I click save. And there we have it. We've saved the chatbot. So now if I go back to my ChatGPT, I can see it. Now here it says it's published. Here's where it is, and I can view then the GPT. And here you can see it, and I can start, and I can, again, ask it anything. Let's say played the game poker. That sounds interesting for a facilitation, for a learning game. So that's great. It's good. It has good conversation and goes back and forth. But it's not enough. So I started playing with my facilitator bot, and I want you to do the same. So I came here, and I actually went and I said, hey, I'm creating this chatbot to facilitate some conversations. I want some if-then instructions that might add to the overall syntax of the bot. So I took what I typed in the facilitator bot, and see here, I can edit this, and I'll show you. I did it in the instructions. So I took these instructions, I copied them, and I added this. I'm creating a chatbot to facilitate some conversations. Here's the current instructions, any if-then instructions you might want to add. And so then it went ahead and said, yeah, as a matter of fact, here's some if-then additions. And so then what I did was I said, okay, what it did was said, okay, now here is your new and improved chatbot. You can copy this and then add it into your other chatbot. So I thought this was great. It said, here's the job of the chatbot, here's some other information, and it did a good job. But what I wanted it to do was be even better. You might want your chatbot to be even better. So I said to the chatbot, is there any improvement that I said to ChatGPT, is there any improvement you would suggest to the above prompt to make it optimal for student experience? And it got me a couple things that I thought were really good. It said, instead of simply saying guide the discussion, why don't you say that each learner should contribute at least once to help them think more deeply? Then it said, do not tell it to teach, tell it to facilitate. And I'm like, that makes sense. So resist the urge to teach concepts or explain concepts because it's facilitating what the students know. Give it different levels of questioning. So it's going to go from factual to evaluative to insightful to those types of issues. And it went through more and more and more. So I want you to do that. Take the prompt that you've created, put it into a prompt. It's called meta prompting, right? Ask it to create a better prompt. And so here it says, this is what I would add. And then I said, okay, that's great. Take it and recreate the prompt. And here is the prompt. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy that. It tells me, you're a breakout room facilitation chatbot. Your role is to guide small groups, adopt the style of Dr. Kopp. Your primary mission is contribute to the discussion at least, ask the learners to contribute to the discussion at least once. Your philosophy is to facilitate, not teach. So I'm going to go back to my chatbot. I'm going to go highlight all of this, and I'm going to delete it. And then I'm going to come back to my other chatbot. I'm going to go copy. I'm going to come here, and I'm going to paste it. So now I've got a new and improved chatbot, which is going to be better. It has the same questions, but now it gives me this information. So let's say played game Flux. And let's see what it actually tells me. It says, hey, I'm glad. Please give me your first name. Here's question number 2. What was the goal of the game? Let's see, to have fun. Let's just play with the chatbot. And the chatbot might say, I don't think it's just to have fun, but let's see. And so it's going through the thinking process as chatbots do. And it says, thanks for sharing. General reminder to include your name. Oh, forgot to do that. And also having fun is an important goal with the shifting rules of Flux. But can you tell me a little bit more? What made it fun for you? Maybe I'll say fast-paced. And it goes on and allows the students here, again, I didn't say my first name, so it's getting mad at me, fast-paced, and then you can do what was the learning goal, right? And so it goes through that process. So this is a way to create a better chatbot by using AI itself to give you the prompt for your chatbot. And notice how long this prompt is compared to the prompt that I originally did. So I want to encourage you to use AI to help you make a better chatbot. Just a couple of things to keep in mind before we wrap it up here. One is make sure you update. So you click on update. I made the changes to the instructions. You always need to update. And once it updates, then we're going to do a couple other things. Here, again, we want it to be anyone with the link. So you can copy the link here. And now I've got it copied to my clipboard, so I've always have that. I can also click here to share it, and so that allowed me to share it as well. And remember, when I go back to all of my chatbots, I can actually edit my chatbot. So let's click here, and I can go to my GPTs, because ChatGPT calls it GPTs. If I click on my GPTs, now you can see all of my chatbots, and here's my facilitator bot. If I click here, I can actually go in and edit my chatbot. So you have the ability then to edit a chatbot. Once you make it, you can still edit it. Here is one that I can delete. I don't really have anything in this one, so I'm going to hit delete. You can delete a chatbot. So remember, when you're here in ChatGPT, you see you've got new chats, and you click more. You can see your GPTs. Click on that. And now you can see all the GPTs that you created when you click on My GPTs. So that's a little bit about creating a ChatGPT chatbot. Good luck, and I would like you to provide me with the link so that I can see your chatbot. Looking forward to checking them out.